Hello and welcome back to the X-Lube Magazine YouTube platform for what is going to be a very impromptu video, something that we didn't plan on doing today, but there we are. Medicom Toys have come straight out of the gates and revealed not one, but two, or should I say three, upcoming new MAFEX releases. So we're not going to mess around today, we're going to get right into today's video. So yes, we are of course talking about the Iron Man Mk.85 and the Batman and Robin 2-pack from The Dark Knight Returns. Now of course the Iron Man we'd seen a glimpse of previously earlier in the week, but the Batman and Robin is wholly new and also really actually intriguing to see them trying to pull off a 2-pack. So really excited to learn more about that. So here we go, we're going to start with looking at the Batman and Robin, as I say, from The Dark Knight Returns, which for those of you who are unaware is of course from the classic Frank Miller graphic novel by the same name, Batman The Dark Knight Returns, and the Robin that you're seeing here is actually the Carrie Kelly version of that character, who appears not only in The Dark Knight Returns but also in The Dark Knight Strikes Again and The Dark Knight The Master Race as well, just in case you are unfamiliar and wonder why this Robin here has a bit more of a feminine touch to her. So as you can see here, I mean, I will warn you right at the very beginning, the image resolution isn't great, so I would love to have these displayed a bit more dynamically to you watching, but for now we're just going to have to make do with stills because the quality isn't quite there yet. As soon as these hit the Medicom Toys site, I will grab them and display them in much higher resolution. So as you can see here, both the Batman and the Robin displayed together, again making use of that fabric cape which has been used through all of the other Batman releases, most notably with the Hush, which has most recently been revealed and released, I should say, not revealed. As you can tell, very impromptu, trying to get this done and up as quickly as we can so you guys can check out and enjoy today's news. Moving on to the head sculpts, again making use of that standard head sculpt that we've seen through the other versions of the Dark Knight Returns Batman that Medicom Toys have previously revealed in the last few months, probably actually the last year or so. I'm not entirely sure when the very first reveal from this line was made. We'll have to go back and check our site to be certain, but I mean, this is now I think the third version of this character. We've obviously had the black cowl version, a blue cowl version already, and this one which is paired with Robin in this special set. So all we have to go on right now is images. We don't have any further information. As I said, this although it is technically a reveal, these aren't up on the Medicom Toys site just yet, so as soon as I know more I will grab the information for you. But we do know that they are expected to release in 2021, so nothing that we're going to see this side of the new year. So here's another look just showing off the cape and all the material. An interesting discussion has arisen surrounding the Batman Hush release and the magnitude of fabric on offer with that cape, and some people are saying that perhaps it's too much, others saying well actually it's more in keeping with the Jim Lee very stylistic art direction, and Medicom trying to faithfully recreate that with the figure. So interesting to see how the reception is with obviously this Frank Miller design, and whether or not they think this is too much fabric or just the right amount. I think personally it looks great. I love how it doesn't trail on the ground like the Hush one does. It fits right into that bulkier design of Batman, which is so iconic from The Dark Knight Returns. So there we are, that's the Batman. So we're going to jump over to Robin. As I say, this is the Carrie Kelly version of the character. So you can see there two face sculpts, two portraits with a slight smirk, and I would just say the resting face there as well, which you can see in action on the right hand side in that pose I suppose, and also both the hair sculpts as well. So again, a resting hair sculpt and a more dynamic one as the character is in motion. So here's a couple of profiles, both front on and from the back as well, to give you an idea of that cape length, and as well just to see her overall proportions. Everything here looks to be spot on. I know there's always the argument when it comes to Medicom in particular not to judge the figure on the promotional images, because the figure often changes when it's in hand, sometimes in subtle ways, other times more drastic. So we can only kind of go off what we have right now, and I think personally it looks great. I love how she scales next to the Batman as well, as you can see here in these images. So time will tell on these whether or not they live up to it. I'm going to be Very interested to see the final price point for this, as to say this is a 2-pack, so it's going to be interesting to see what price they strike. And I think it's a good move, because I think there'd have to be a lot of accessories to warrant that Carrie Kelly Robin as a standalone figure, and hopefully this will open the door to more 2-packs where figures who are perhaps smaller and less able to sell by themselves are paired with characters such as Batman, who obviously are going to sell all day long. So there we are, that is the Batman and Robin set, as they say, coming 2021. So we are going to jump over right now to the other of today's reveals, and that is of course the Iron Man Mk.85 from Avengers Endgame. Now, we did cover a advanced look at this figure earlier in the week. There was a magazine scan going around, which seems to be the way that nearly every Medicom Toys MAFEX figure gets revealed these days. A magazine scan does the rounds, so we were there to cover that. So this is now an expansion of that, with a few more images and just a more central look at the figure itself away from that magazine scan. So here you've got the profiles just showing off the proportions of the character, the detailing across each element of the figure. Now again, same as the Batman and Robin, there's no details, there's no definitive list of accessories, so we will update you as and when that information becomes available. All we do know, which seems to be confirmed, is the fact that there is not going to be a Tony Stark head sculpt. Some people have been speculating, would Medicom attempt to do that? Obviously we've seen some head sculpts from the MCU previously, of course with their Spider-Man and Black Panther previously, so it would have been interesting to see them take on a Tony Stark here, but unfortunately it doesn't look to be the case with this release. And yes, he is coming in 2021 as well, same as the Batman, no fixed month as of yet, so we will keep you updated. But here's a look at the accessories at play. So you see that the nano shield, the projected shield, which obviously he uses as the Hulk prepares to snap everybody back into existence, and of course the blasters in the left hand side of that image there as well. And here's another more closer look at those accessories. As I say, the blasters, the nano shield, the lightning refocuser, I think that's what is officially dubbed as, which obviously he uses when he teams up with Thor to direct all of Thor's lightning through the suit and at Thanos during the final battle of Endgame. And again, that blade-like weapon as well, which he sees in that very first engagement with the Marvel Trinity as they face down Thanos. So again, you know, a good array of accessories. Of course, we're going to get the interchangeable hands, no doubt. That's not shown here, but I'm sure we're going to get them. It's the kind of, you know, standard fare with every action figure these days. And the image on the right there just showing you some of the poses, the capabilities of the figure. Again, going back to the point we made with Batman and Robin, it's dangerous to try and judge these figures on the promotional images. We've heard nightmare stories of MAFEX figures in hand, and we've also heard stories of absolutely no problems at all, where people have received the figure, they love it, there's no issues. So, you know, I think it's one of those ones where we are really going to have to wait and see until we start getting some in-hand advanced looks at this guy, either when he releases or, you know, hopefully a little bit prior to that through suppliers. So there we are, we're going to bring it to a close in today's impromptu video. I've rattled through it, I've spoken 100 miles an hour, but you can find a full look at everything in today's video over on excludemagazine.com. Links are down in the description as ever. So here we are, the Iron Man Mk.85, the Batman and Robin 2-pack from The Dark Knight Returns, coming 2021, courtesy of Medicom Toys and their MAFEX line. There we are, guys. Thank you for sticking with us today. Thank you for making it to the end of today's news video here on the Exclude Magazine YouTube channel. You can show support for our platform by hitting the subscribe button. Drop your thoughts down in the comments on today's video. Let us know what you thought about today's news. Of course, you can find us on social media via @Exclude Magazine and on our website excludemagazine.com, where you can find the latest news and previews from right across the collectibles industry, alongside digital versions of all of our magazines. Again, a big thank you. I've been Jack. Thank you for joining us, and I'll see you again here very soon. Cheers, guys.